And we're actually gonna start seated this morning, which I know is a little different than what I usually do for you guys, just because I personally love sitting or laying down to start. But if you have a blanket or a block and you want to sit elevated with the hips or the sit bones up on something, you can do that. And if you're not comfortable seated, feel free to go to your back and you can just meet us when we start to move. Kind of rock side to side, just get some wiggles out this morning. And then find some stillness and close your eyes. And I said this to one of my classes recently, I think it might have been you guys, that life right now feels so uncertain. And I feel like yoga is preparing us for this, to be present without worrying about the past or the future. And right now, the future just feels so uncertain, right? Things keep changing day to day, what's open, what's not. And so I thought for this week in class, we could just focus on this idea of really being in the moment. And one way I like to do that in my practice is just to bring focus to my different senses. So as we settle in here, just do that in this position. Just take a minute to notice what you see with your eyes closed. Maybe it's complete darkness, or maybe you see some light shining through, or shapes or colors. And then bring attention to what you taste. Maybe you ate something before class or brushed your teeth. And then notice the sounds around you. Maybe there are sounds that seem distant or that seem closer to you. And then notice what you feel. So maybe it's the mat beneath you, or a block or a blanket supporting you. And then feel the difference between the solid surface beneath you supporting you and the lightness of the air surrounding the rest of your body. Notice the clothes against your skin. And notice the temperature of the air around you. And then notice if there are any smells where you are. Start to feel the air coming in and out of the nostrils as you start to focus on your breath. And then instead of focusing on just one sense, can you just let them all meld together so you can just be right here in this moment, really absorbing it. And then see if as we start to move, you can keep this connection to all the senses. You can just really be really present and enjoy your practice. If your legs are crossed, maybe change the cross of the legs, bringing the opposite shin in front. On an inhale, take the arms out to the sides, reach them up by the ears. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up, hold the arms at the top. Reach the right hand for the left wrist. Reach up through the left fingertips and take a side bend over to your right. And then come back to center, release the wrist, reach up through the fingertips. Take the left hand, reach for the right wrist. Reach through the right fingertips and take a side bend to the left. And maybe as we start to take these movements, really focus on what you feel in your body. And then come back to center, reach both arms up and twist to the right. So right fingertips can come behind you, left hand to outside side. And come back to center, reach both arms up and twist to the other side. And then come back to center, reach both arms up, and then take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back. Just take a clasp or maybe just reach for opposite forearms. I think that's what I'm gonna do this morning. And then straighten the arms. Just take the fingertips to the mat behind you and spin the palms of the hands towards the body. So you feel the spreading open of the chest. Then you can press gently into the fingertips, lift the center of the chest as you spread the collarbones and draw the shoulder blades towards each other. If you want, gaze can go gently up towards the ceiling. And then just walk the hands back next to the hips. Extend the legs out in front of you, and then point and flex your feet. And take some circles, one direction with the feet and the ankles, and then take them the opposite direction. And then just bend the knees, cross over the shins, and come into tabletop. We'll start with some circles with the shoulders around the wrist. So lean the shoulders towards the fingertips. Take them to the right of the wrist, behind and to the left. I'm just starting to take that movement. Circles can be any size, just whatever weight, pressure feels good in the hands and the wrists. And then take that the opposite direction. For any of you that are interested in my crochet adventures, I'm almost done with my third baby blanket of stay-at-home orders. Just tells you how much crocheting I've been doing. Means I'm feeling my wrist a little bit. Come back to tabletop, shoulders over wrists. Take an inhale, lengthen the chest forward, take the gaze gently forward, and exhale, press into the hands, round the spine. Just start to take that on your own. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, round. And then after your next exhale, come to a neutral spine, bring your big toes together and sit back into child's pose. Keep holding poses, maybe a little longer than we usually do, which means you really have time to sink into your body and into the moment. And sometimes it's hard, especially in a pose like child's pose where you're not working. Maybe it is welcomed after you've been working, but maybe right now you're a little antsy and you're like, let's get moving. Can you just tune into your senses like we did in the very beginning? Let this moment just sink into your bones. And then come up to tabletop, bring your shoulders over your wrists. Just extend the right leg back and let the ball of the foot rest on the mat. Just gently press the right heel back to the back of the mat. And then lift that leg up so it's parallel to the mat. Cross the foot to the back left corner of the mat and drop it down toward the ball of the foot. And then look over your left shoulder at your foot. And then lift that leg back to center. Just lower it back to tabletop. And then extend the left leg back, ball of the foot down, and press the heel back. And then lift that leg parallel to the mat, cross the foot to the back right corner of the mat, and look over the right shoulder. And then lift that leg back parallel to the mat, drop it back to tabletop, and then sit back into child's pose. And then maybe spin the palms of the hands up towards the ceiling. And that really initiates from the shoulder. So it's not just the wrist, it's moving all the way up the arm. If you don't like that, palms can go back towards the mat. You have one more breath. And then just flip the palms back towards the mat if they're up. Come up into tabletop and tuck your toes, lift your hips. We're in the downward facing dog. And as you take movement here, this is something you guys have done many, many times in your practice. Really notice the movements you take. Feel what you feel instead of just kind of moving through this mindlessly. Notice a lot of you started to go a little slower. Interesting. And then find stillness. So walk your feet forward to your hands. Maybe you find you're a little more purposeful as you walk your feet forward. And then come into a forward fold here. So knees can be bent. Maybe you're reaching for opposite elbows. Just like a down dog, really notice the movements that you take and what they feel like in your body and how they connect to the breath. And then release the hands down to the mat. Take an inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, step straight to downward facing dog. Really connect to the evenness of your breath. Notice the softness that the breath gives your body, but it also gives you this vitality and this energy. Then walk your feet forward to your hands, forward fold, front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to the heart. We'll add on. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Take an inhale here, nice and strong. Exhale, drop your knees lower to your belly. Inhale for cobra, lift head and shoulders, press into the tops of the feet. And exhale, lower down, press through tabletop to downward facing dog. Maybe you pick one of your senses to tune in here. I always like to notice what I feel with my hands and my feet and along my spine. And walk your feet forward to your hands. Take an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step to plank. Hold here for your inhale. You can always drop your knees if you want. Hold for your exhale. Hold for one more inhale. Take your shoulders forward towards your fingertips. And exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale for cobra, lift head and shoulders. And exhale, lower down, press through tabletop to downward facing dog. You close your eyes so you don't have the distraction of sight. So you can tune into the breath and how you feel. And then walk your feet forward to your hands. Take an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale for chair, sit back. Exhale, fold forward, straighten your legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step straight to downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg up and back. Exhale, right foot by the left thumb, spin your back heel down. Inhale, warrior one, arms wide ears. And exhale, frame the foot, step straight to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, foot by the left thumb, right heel down. Inhale, warrior one, facing the front of the mat. And exhale, frame the foot, downward facing dog. You can hold there or inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Notice how when we move with breath like that, it's a lot easier to stay present and focused because you're listening and trying to do everything that you're being told to do. It's a little harder when we start to be still. Our minds can get distracted. So just be aware of that. Take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, and come up to warrior two, arms to a T. Letting that breath become the rhythm here as you hold this shape. And then straighten your right leg, take your right arm up and back, reverse triangle. So right arm up and back, you got it. And come back up, right arms to a T, where I think some of you wanted to go. Reach your right fingertips forward, take your hips back, and come into triangle. If you have a block, you can take the hand to lock. Really being right here, right now, whatever this pose throws at you. Maybe it's a little uncomfortable, or maybe you're starting to get tired. You have one more breath. And then come back up to warrior two. Take your hands down, frame your front foot your way to down dog. You can take a vinyasa or just step back. And then just kind of think about that for a second. Was it easy or hard to really stay focused in those three poses? For me, triangle, I have to stay focused. It's a lot of work for me. Otherwise, I just sort of collapse. But warrior two, not so much. I find my mind gets really distracted. I want you to see if you can really stay focused and use one of your senses if that's helpful to you. So take your left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, warrior two. Get yourself situated, press into the feet, feel the support of the legs, and then find your focal point. And then straighten the left leg, the left arm up and back, reverse triangle. And then come back upright, arms to a T. Reach the left fingertips forward, tilt the hips back. Keep reaching until you can hinge into your triangle pose. And press into both feet, back up to warrior two. Hands frame your front foot your way to downward facing dog. Maybe you find a soft smile as you transition, remembering that you come to your mat for yourself. Not to be hard on yourself, but to be kind to yourself. Walk your hands back to your feet, forward fold at the back of the mat. Take an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale, cactus the arms, take a gentle back bend. On your inhale, reach back up. And exhale, fold forward, holding in this forward fold. So maybe this time peace sign fingers hook on big toes, or maybe palms flip towards the ceiling and hands walk under the feet, or maybe none of that's for you today. And then release the hands. Take an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way to standing. Exhale, cactus your arms, little back bend. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward and walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. And then take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, stay on the ball of your back foot, and come up into crescent, reach your arms up by your ears. And then draw your hands to your heart. Lengthen the chest forward as you press the left heel back. And twist to the right. Take the upper left arm to the outer right side. And if that's not for you, left hand can be on the mat. And then unwind that. Just bring your hands down to the mat for a lunge. And then straighten your right leg in the amount. Hands can be on blocks here, but we won't be here for very long. And then rebend your right knee and just slip straight to downward facing dog. And then take your left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands and come up into crescent, arms up by the ears. And then bring the hands to the heart. Lengthen the chest forward, press the right heel back. Keep that line of energy as you twist to the left. Upper right arm to outer left. Embrace that wobbliness. And then unwind it, hands to the mat. Maybe I was the only one wobbling today. Straighten the left leg in and out. So both legs are straight, that left foot still forward. Notice when you tend to rush things. And then rebend your left knee, plant your hands, step to downward facing dog. You have 5 breaths here. And then drop your knees, come to child's pose. Just remember that first child's pose when I said sometimes we get distracted and antsy and sometimes it feels so welcome. How does it feel right now? Taking this time to reconnect to the breath, your body a chance to rest. And then make your way back into downward facing dog. Walk your hands and your feet towards each other, coming to a forward fold at the center of the mat. Take an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way to standing. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And then hug your right knee towards your chest. So hands can go behind the thigh or around the shin. If you're not feeling that this morning, the right foot can stay down, or you can be next to a wall or a table. If you want, right peace sign fingers, pointer and middle finger will go to right big toe. Left hand can come to the hip. And then maybe you straighten the right leg and press that right heel forward. Oh, I'm feeling the backs of my legs today. Anyone else with me on that one? Go one more breath. And then the leg is straight, re-bend it. Take your arms up by your ears. Take a twist to the right, arms to a T just for a moment. And then come back to center, both arms by the ears. And then lower the foot, lower the arm, shake it out. I wasn't going to add that twist. I was like, oh, I'm just going to be me today and add one little more breath there of balancing. All right. You have the right hand, is that right? Hug your left knee towards your chest. Hands behind the thigh or around the shin. Again, that foot can rest down, or you can be against the wall. If you want, left peace sign fingers to left big toe, right hand to hip. Maybe that leg extends forward, pressing the heel actively forward. Keep breathing. And then if the leg is straight, re-bend it. Take the arms up by the ears. Twist to the left, arms to a T. And then back to center, both arms up. And lower the foot, lower the arm, shake it out. And a standing leg. Come back to mountain pose right where you are. Take an inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, downward facing dog. And then walk your feet forward to your hands. Forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to the heart. If you have blocks, you may want them. We're going to come into pyramid pose. I like to put my hands on blocks, just feels better for me. So I like to start tallest setting. You can just take them in front of the feet. You may have to adjust them once we get in the position. So take your hands to your hips. Step your right foot back about 3.5, 4 feet. And spin the right toes to the front right corner of the mat. Take an inhale, lift the chest as you press into your right heel. On the exhale, keep the belly towards the spine as you start to hinge forward. And you may have to move your blocks. So I like to walk my blocks right under my shoulders. So I have a nice foundation or base of support there for my upper body. Some of you may keep the elbows straight. Some of you may start to bend them. Some of you may not want the blocks and hands will be on the mat. Your choice. whatever's going on, can you just be right here, right now, with probably all those sensations you're feeling? I suspect in the back of your legs. And then press into both feet, lengthen the chest, and lift your belly. Maybe take a little bend in your front knee and bring the hands to the hips. Come all the way up to standing. Bring your right foot forward. Step your left foot back. Spin the toes to the front left corner of the mat. Take an inhale, press through the left heel. Exhale, draw the belly in as you come forward. Finding your variation for the pose and noticing that maybe the sides are different on where you land. Maybe elbows stay straight, maybe they bend, maybe blocks go to the side. Again, just observing sensation. Press into both feet, lengthen the chest, lift the belly, maybe a little bend in the right knee as hands come to hips and you come all the way to standing. Bring your left foot forward. You can take your blocks to the side if you have them. And then come back to mountain pose right where you are. Just close your eyes here. Take a couple breaths. Maybe bringing awareness to the backs of the legs. Notice how different they feel with your body in this shape versus in that pyramid pose. And then on your inhale, take your arms up by your ears. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Take one inhale here in plank. And exhale, lower all the way to your belly. And then bring your forearms forward for Sphinx pose. Take the elbows under the shoulders. Just pause here, maybe close the eyes. Feel the extension of the spine. Soft spreading of the front of the chest. And then notice if you feel tension in the neck, so you can play with the gaze instead of looking in front of you. Maybe tilting the chin gently towards the neck. Keep space and just elongate the back of the neck. So maybe you're looking in front of the fingertips. If you can find softness in the face and the neck, good. And then lower everything down. Take your hands back by your rib cage. Press up into tabletop. And take 3 rounds of cat-cow with your own breath. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, round. After your next exhale, back to child's pose. You just heard me laugh. I'm just laughing at the dog, not at you guys. Come up through tabletop. Just cross your shins. You can come to seated and then make your way all the way back to your back. When you're on your back, hug your knees in towards your chest and just hold there. So usually we rock side to side, but maybe for this period of time, you just find stillness and softness here with your knees hugged in. Notice the parts of the body connected to the mat. Notice the parts of the body connected to one another. So maybe it's hands and legs or arms and legs. And you let the muscles of the face melt and soften back towards the mat. And then keep the knees bent, drop the soles of the feet to the mat, hips distance apart, arms by the sides, palms spinning down, and then press into the feet, roll up into bridge, hips low back, mid back, and just hold at the top. And then roll all the way down, pause with the hips down. Really notice what the spine feels like with the hips down on the mat. The softening of all the muscles in the backside of the body. Then one more time, press into the feet, roll up. Maybe start to feel the backs of the thighs, the glutes engage. And the whole posterior chain of the body working to keep the hips elevated. And then lower the hips back down, keep the knees bent and walk your feet a little wider than your hips. Just let the knees knock in towards each other at the center of the body, and maybe arms go to a T or up by the ears. Again, noticing the parts of the body touching the mat and the parts of the body touching each other. Feel the soft breath continue to unite your mind and your body. Then hug your knees in towards your chest. Take your arms to a T or cactus and drop the legs over to the right for a twist. And draw the legs up through center and take them over to the left. Draw the legs back up through center, hug them towards the chest. Maybe come into happy baby. If you're in happy baby, hug the knees back in. Give yourself a squeeze. And then release the legs and come into your Shavasana, wherever you'd like to be for the final minutes of class. Just take time to get yourself situated and comfortable here. And as you settle in here, just like we did in the beginning of class, you take a quick scan through your senses, just on your own. And then take a moment in gratitude for your sense of sight, smell, taste, hearing, and touch. But all of these things help you experience the world in beautiful ways, especially your yoga practice. Let that symphony of the senses just permeate out through your body and enjoy the next several minutes. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Circle the ankles and wrists. Keep the arms by the ears, big stretch. Then roll off to your favorite side. Pause there, eyes closed. I saw this quote yesterday and I really enjoyed it. It says, "Children use all of their senses in learning. They smell, touch, taste, and see. I think at some point we lose a little bit of that, right? Don't do that, don't lick that, don't touch that. We lose the sense of wonder and curiosity that our senses give us when we're children. And I think our practice can help us to reconnect with that if we really tune into our senses. It helps us to be present. Press into your top hand, make your way up to a comfortable seat, eyes closed, hands at the heart. Once you press the hands into each other, just feel the palms of the hands, the fingers, the fingertips press into one another, and feel the warmth of your hands. Bow your head in gratitude for all of your senses and how they help you to navigate and experience the world. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.